Today, we are going to hear a brief interview with Toni Morrison. Our interviewer had this interview at library at Georgia Tech. Here it going on. Hello, Miss Morrison. How are you today? It was great. Bright sun at the sky and nice temperature. Before the sun sets, let's start the interview. I have lots to ask you today. I am ready for it. Let's start. This might be obvious or surprise. If you did not become a writer, what other profession would you have been? I cannot see myself becoming other than a writer. As a child, I was obsessed with reading the books. Since the childhood, I did not stop my devotion toward the literature. I never let go of the books and words. Also, my father told me lots of tales during my childhood. Who was your favorite authors during your childhood? I had several favorites. Among them, there were Jane Austen and Leo Tolstoy. Leo Tolstoy is also one of my favorite authors. I read War and Peace during my childhood, and after that, he was among my favorites. Next question. You have been moving around the nation for your education. Is your method of writing unique from you or inspired by the experience of different cultures from the nation or during your childhood? People might think that my method is unique and only can be used by me, but it is not. During my childhood, my father usually told me various folk tales of the black community. This habitual thought by my father helped me to shape my way of writing or telling the story now. Also, the traveling around west, north, east, and south of the nation for my education helped me to shape it. After I read Sula, I researched some events that happened in specific years in the book. During 1922, the racial segregation was really serious. In 1922, in Sula, Nell and Sula and Chicken Little was playing, and the Chicken Little accidentally died by drowning. Even though a person found his body and brought it to the police station, no one cared about him, and even the police told that the person threw him away where he found him. Did you include this scene in 1922 in order to tell about the segregation problem? That is correct. I used the events or society problems during the specific years in Sula. These helped me quite a lot. During the 1922, the segregation problem was serious and the years ago, too. I added some scene about Chicken Little and the attitudes of Sula, Nell, the bargeman, and the sheriff towards the little black kid or whole black community in order to show the segregation problem to people in the nation. In Sula, the two last chapters were about the disastrous moments in the community after the Sula's death. Was the chapter about the need of person or people who is or are like Sula in the community, no matter their effects on the community? During the last two chapters in Sula, people in community was joyful about Sula's death. But as soon as the disasters come into the town, people fell apart even though they were in shape of union when Sula was still living in town as a member of community. What I meant is that the community consists of people who are all different and represent the community differently. Without this cooperation, the community will not run properly as the people of the same side will not have the same purpose or the object to unite. The unity between people gone, then the breaking apart of community will begin. You are the first black woman to receive Nobel Prize in Literature. How did you feel about that? This is palpable tremor of delight for me. It was wholly unexpected and so satisfying. Regardless of what we all say and truly believe about irrelevance of prizes and their relationship to the real world, nevertheless, this is a signal honor for me. I was thrilled that my mother is still alive and can share this with me, and I can claim representation in so many areas. I'm a Midwesterner, and everyone in Ohio is excited. I'm also a New Yorker and a New Jerseyan and an American, plus I'm an African American and a woman. I know it seems like I'm spreading like RG when I put this way, but I like to think of the prize being distributed to these regions and nations and races. It seems that you wrote the several books based on the black people. What inspired you to do that? I was able to avoid the segregation from the South because my father moved from the South to the North. I grew up in Ohio, where the racial segregation is not present and not serious like in the South. Also, I got influenced by my father's habitual storytelling of black community. Not only I wrote books based on black people, but also I support the black people and their rights in the reality. After today's ending the interview, I changed all my opinion about you. Some of my assumptions were correct, but the others weren't. It was nice meeting you today, Miss Morrison. It might be my opinion, but this interview will answer most of the questions that the fans of you have in their mind. Thank you for your time today and have a great day, and continue to write great books to enjoy the fans. It was nice meeting you today too. It was most valuable day today as I could give solutions to my readers and recap my works so I can develop to better career. Thank you.